Hi guys, Brittany here. For once, I'm not updating outside because it is ridiculously cold out today and the wind is not helping any. So I'm updating from the comfort of my bedroom under blankets because my feet are freezing. So welcome to my room. And no, I'm not gonna spin the camera around to let you see because it is a hot mess. It is the room that gets worked on last and the least because I'm working on the rest of the house. So yes. And now you get to see kitties. This one is Fury. He's a cuddler and a very loud purrer. So things have been a bit crazy around here since my last update. We had to bring my daughter to the ER for she had a really bad earache. Like, it was bad. Nothing was helping. And it turns out she has an ear infection, so she's on antibiotics for the next 7 days. What? So, yeah. We had dropped her and my son off at my mom's on Saturday morning, and we had to pick her up Sunday afternoon after Anthony got off work. I went straight to the ER. So that was a lot of driving because my mom lives about half an hour, 45 minutes away, depending on traffic. So we had to drive, he had to drive all the way home, which was almost an hour from Jacksonville. Then we had to drive all the way to pick her up where they were at, drive all the way back to our town, where the ER is. But major props to St. Vincent's emergency room in Middleburg, Orange Park area. We were in and out in under an hour. Fastest emergency trip ever. Like, we were boom, boom, boom. It was amazing. And the people were awesome. So I've been to my share of emergency rooms for a cornucopia of stupid shit. And by far would recommend this one. So yeah. And then I get a text from my mom, I think it was yesterday morning. My son woke up puffy as all hell. Like, right here was all puffed up. Like, it wasn't bothering him, it wasn't hurting, it wasn't itchy, but it was puffy. I was like, well, it's not bothering him, I'm not too worried. So she gave him some allergy meds, thinking that maybe it was allergies or something. It's gone down a bit, but it's still not bothering him. So I'm like, well, I'm not gonna, worry about it, because I used to get puffy eyes in high school for no reason. They'd stay for like a week and then they'd go away out of nowhere. So, comfy. He hears his sisters. But anyway, I haven't had another therapy session yet because, like I said in my last video, it's not for a few weeks. So there's no update there. But I have been reading. I've been trying to get a lot more reading in. I've read 30 books this year, but that's including the kids' books, because if I'm stuck reading them for bedtime, they are still going to miss my reading list. I do have a Goodreads. You can find me under Levi Hummel, or if you want to just comment me, I'll link you my profile. And you can add me and we can keep in touch with books. But I've been reading The Ethical Slut. Yes, I know it's backwards because of the camera. But I've been hearing amazing things about it. I'm polyamorous and follow polyamory people. My cat wants to play fetch. And follow a bunch of polyamory people. And I kept hearing about it. I was like, yeah, I want to read that. And I happened to comment on someone's post about it. And they're like, I'll pay the book forward. I'll send you my copy when I'm done. Well, I hadn't really heard much from them or anything like that. And next thing I know, my husband's checking the mail and he's like, you have something from Amazon. I was like, I didn't order anything. I was really confused. And he's like, do you want me to open it? I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. Go ahead, open it. And he lost it. And he was like, he sent me a picture of the cover and I explained it to him. He's like, I thought you were trying to release your inner slutness. And I was like, I don't need a book for that. But yeah, apparently she hadn't finished her copy yet, and she had been taking notes in it and stuff like that. So she went ahead and bought me my own copy. And, books like this, I take notes and highlight into. So it's been very well used so far. I'm like on page like 100 because I was depressed there for a while and I wasn't really reading. But a friend of mine actually called dibs on this books when I'm done, because I'm going to be doing paying books forward too. I actually have to send another package out for my other friend with a philosophy book, but that's besides the point. But anyway, back to the point at hand. I've been reading this book, and even if you're not into polyamory, even if you're strictly monogamous, I highly recommend this book. Like I said, I'm on page like 100, and what I've already been able to make use of some of their suggestions in there. It's been amazing. I really struggle with emotions. I never learned how to regulate them. I was taught from a young age to push them down, you know, don't let them be seen, blah, blah, blah. And so I take everything extremely personally. Like, if my husband gets mad at his phone or the network, something like that, and he gets pissed off, all of a sudden my mood drops, and I'm like, even though logically I know it's not my fault, emotionally I'm like, crap, I'm sorry, and I feel guilty even though it's not mine. And one thing they've been talking about is owning your emotions, and they're not saying, you know, don't feel this way, but instead of saying so and so is making me jealous or so and so is making me upset, own it and ask yourself why you're feeling this way. And, you know, they talk about working on, you know, working through these things with like dialogue within yourself, and about how it'll help you communicate better with others and stuff like that. And just this morning, he was getting mad at our network again. We have AT&T, and sometimes it just like drops our Pokemon Go. We play Pokemon Go together, and sometimes it'll just drop and we have network issues. And like, even if we're on the same road, sometimes he'll have network and I won't, blah blah blah. But we have it in Winn-Dixie, which is a problem with Verizon. We couldn't get service in there, whatever. And when he got pissed off and stuff like that, he's like, God, I hate AT&T and stuff like that. Previous days, like I said, I'd feel that guilt and like it was my fault, even though logically I knew it wouldn't, because there's someone upset, blah, blah, blah. And this morning, I stopped myself and I took a deep breath. And I talked to myself internally, and I was like, did I cause this problem? No, I did not. And I like had an internal dialogue with myself, and I didn't let it get to me as much. Like, it still got to me a little bit, because I hate when he's upset, because, you know, he's my husband. But I didn't, you know, have that dread in my stomach or whatever like that. And I was like, that is a big step for me. So, like I said, even if you're strictly monogamous, I highly suggest this book, because even if you just take some of the tips and stuff like that, and apply them towards a monogamous relationship, you can really only benefit from it, because it talks about like boundaries and communication and things like that. So yes, would highly recommend. And as I work through the book, I'll talk about it some more in my videos. Like any other small tips that I can give you if you're not a big reader, or if you're not into like, you know, nonfiction and stuff like that. But it's on its 3rd edition, and like there's little exercises you can do inside, and I completely spaced where I left off because my daughter came in to talk to me. So I guess I'll end talking about the book there. Today's the first day like my boobs were that noticeable, because I've come down to a science, because even before I basically lived in sports bras, because regular bras are uncomfortable. But I've come down to a system of, I have 2 that work pretty well for flattening my chest. And that right there makes them deserve props, because I got a big chest. And I've noticed it's a double-edged sword, because yes, it flattens my chest to make me a little more comfortable. But since it's tight, I can't run as well with Lilith. I get winded a lot quicker. So, touch and go. Today I'm just wearing a regular old sports bra, because the 2 I wear are in the laundry, because we did a lot of walking around yesterday. So, it's been weird today, like looking in the mirror and seeing boobies. But, yeah, there's really not much else to say. I've been writing a lot more. I've been getting fics done left and right. I don't know where this motivation is coming from, but I'm not gonna argue. Yeah, I say a lot, and I'm not sure why, but I do. The husband is at work. I'm not sure if I said that, but he is. So it's just me and the tiny demon and the furry gremlins. I call them that because Fury, the lone male kitten, he sounds like a gremlin if he's eating and you get close to him. He makes this like really creepy noise. I haven't been doing well on the weight loss front. I have lost like 8.5 pounds since February 8th, but I've had some binging, mainly when I was off my medication, and as I've been getting back on it, my goal was like, when I was still on my meds, obviously, and when we started this, I was like, alright, pizza once a month, that'll be my treat. It'll be my cauliflower pizza. It's like gluten-free or whatever, because it's a little more expensive, but like I said, it's gluten-free. And I had pizza for breakfast 2 days in a row, and it is most certainly not gluten-free. I've been over my calories a lot of the days. Some days I don't even get close to my goal steps and stuff like that, and it's starting to really get to me and stuff like that, but I'm trying not to focus on that because I remind myself that I'm trying. I'm still getting some housework done. I'm still getting some steps in, and yeah, I've been trying to look on the positive side of things, and I told the husband that he needs to teach me how to do push-ups, like legit push-ups, because I can't even do the modified version very well, and he was in the Navy for 20 years, so I'm pretty sure the man knows how to do a push-up, and like, my arms are my goal right now. Like, there's like, yeah, I don't want like Thor muscles, but like Hawkeye muscles wouldn't be bad. Google them if you need a reference, but I'm pretty sure you know who they are. They're like everywhere and everyone loves them. So yes. Yeah, my mom looked in her catalog. She gets this like supplement catalog or whatever through her insurance or something, and she can get different vitamins and everything. So she looked for testosterone for me, like supplements, but she said all they have was for performance enhancing, and she's like, I don't think that's what you're looking for. And I was like, no, I'm not looking for testosterone for the bedroom. So it was worth a shot. She felt guilty because my son's eye and stuff like that, and she mentioned, like, you know, losing her only daughter over it, and then she was like, but now I have 3 sons, LOL. So that was a nice moment to be acknowledged as how I identify, because Anthony still identifies me as she and all that stuff. So I take what I can get. If you guys have any tips below that have worked for you when transitioning from female to male, then drop them below in the comments. I would love to hear them. I've done so much Googling that my mind is spinning, and there's so much conflicting stuff, so I'd rather get a personal opinion on what has worked for y'all. No, not you. My cat was staring at me. So drop me a comment, and yeah, I will let you guys go before I speak. Too late. Oh well. Peace out.